Hello, welcome to Algebra 1/2. We are on lesson 55 today, fractions and symbols of inclusion. So we've already learned about symbols of inclusion, things like brackets and how that goes with order of operations. We also know what to do with fractions and how to work with them. So today we're just gonna put it all together. Mostly we've been doing order of operations with whole numbers, but you can do the same exact things with fractions. So all of the same rules apply, you just have fractions instead of whole numbers. So really it's nothing new, we're just using fractions instead. So let's look at this first one. I have 3/2 times 1/4 plus 7/16 minus 1/8. So according to PEMDAS, the very first thing I need to do is what's inside my parentheses. Now in order to add 1/4 plus 7/16, they have to have the same denominator. So what's the common denominator for 4 and 16? 16, very good. Excuse me. So I don't need to change my second fraction because it's already 16, so it becomes 7/16. But my first one, yes. So what do I multiply 4 by to get to 16? I multiply it by 4. So that means I need to multiply my numerator, which is 1, by 4 as well. 1 times 4 is 4. So inside my parentheses, I have 4/16 plus 7/16 that I'm going to multiply by 3/2 and then subtract 1/8. 4 plus 7 is 11. So I have 3/2 times 11 over 16 minus 1/8. Is there anything that I can simplify here before I multiply? No, sadly there's nothing I can cancel, so I just have to multiply across. So 3 times 11 is 33. 2 times 16 is 32. So I have 33 over 32 now, minus 1/8. But before I can continue, before I can subtract that 1/8, I have to change 1/8 so it has a matching denominator of my other fraction. What's the least common multiple for 32 and 8? It's 32, very good, because 32 is a multiple of 8. So I'm going to change my 1/8 so that it has a denominator of 32. What do I multiply 8 by to get to 32? 8 times 4, very good. So I also multiply my numerator by 4, so it gives me 4 over 32. Now I can subtract my numerators. 33 minus 4 is 29, good. And my denominators stay the same. Check if you can reduce anything. Nope. So there is my answer, 29 over 32. Okay, so it's not complicated, it's just a couple extra steps because you've got fractions and the denominators have to be the same to add or subtract them. Okay, let's try this one. 1/3 times 3 1/4 minus 1/8 plus 1 over 48. All right, I have to start with what's inside my parentheses. 3 1/4 minus 8. So I need to change my 1/4 and my 1/8 so they have the same denominator. What's their least common multiple? 8, good job. So it becomes 1/3 times 3 something 8 minus something 8 plus 1 over 48. Well, this fraction doesn't change because my denominator didn't change. This one, 4 times what equals 8? 4 times 2 equals 8. So I multiply my numerator, 1 times 2 as well. 1 times 2 is 2. Now I can subtract. 3 and 2/8 minus 1/8 gives me 3 and 1/8. Very good. I'm just going to write it right here. 3 and 1/8 is going to be my answer. Now I want to multiply that by 1/3. But to multiply, I have to change my mixed number to an improper fraction. So it's going to be 1/3 times 3 times 8 is 24, plus 1 is 25, over 8. Now we can't forget the rest of my problem, plus 1/48. Okay, so I do my multiplication first. Is there anything I can cancel? Sadly, no. So 1 times 25 is 25. 3 times 8 is 24. Plus 1/48. Now I need to change 24 and 48 so they have the same denominator. All right, what's the least common multiple of 24 and 48? It's 48, very good, because 24 times 2 equals 48. So I don't have to change my 48, but I do have to change my 24. So my new fraction becomes, well, I multiplied 24 times 2 to get to 48, so I multiply 25 times 2, that gives me 50, plus 1/48. So now I need to add them together. 50 plus 1 is 51, and my denominator stays the same. Now you're probably thinking, okay, I'm done there. But not yet. You have to double check if you can reduce. So look at 51/48. Can you reduce that? Yes, you can. Okay, go through your numbers to see what it's divisible by using your divisibility rules. Okay, so I know that something is divisible by 2 if it's an even number. Well, 51 is not an even number, so nope, they're not both divisible by 2. All right, I know a number is divisible by 3 if when I add up the digits, their sum is divisible by 3. Well, 5 plus 1 is 6. That's divisible by 3, so yes. 4 plus 8 is 12. That's divisible by 3. So both of these numbers can be divided by 3. So I'm going to use that to reduce it. 51 divided by 3 is, well, we're just going to go ahead and tell you it's 17 for time's sake. 48 divided by 3 is 16. So it reduces to 17/16. That is the correct answer, not 51/48. You have to make sure you reduce it. It's okay to leave it as an improper fraction. I don't mind that in algebra, but you do have to reduce it if it's possible. Okay, one more before your practice. 2/5 times 2/3 minus 1/6 plus 1/3 plus 5/6. So first I have to solve what's in the parentheses. For both of these, I have to change them so they have a common denominator. What's the common denominator for 3 and 6? That one's easy, right? It's 6. I'm going to go ahead and work both my parentheses at the same time to save a little space. So this becomes 6 minus 6. This fraction doesn't change. I multiplied 3 times what to get to 6? 3 times 2, so I multiply my numerator times 2 as well. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, so that's the first one. Now my second one has the same denominator, so I'm going to do the same thing. It's going to be 6. This fraction doesn't change. 3 times 2 equals 6, so 1 times 2 equals 2. And now I go ahead and solve. And I get 4 minus 1 is 3/6 plus 2 plus 5 is 7/6. Now I don't want to reduce yet because I right now have the same denominator, so it's better if I go ahead and add these together so that I don't have to worry about changing things back and forth. 3 plus 7 I know is 10. So this equals 2/5 times 10/6. Now before I multiply, is there anything I can cancel? Orphine, yes. I can cancel my 2 and my 6. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. How about the 5 and the 10? Yes, their greatest common factor is 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. 10 divided by 5 is 2. Now I multiply across. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 3 is 3. So 2/3, can't reduce that anymore. That's your final answer. All right, go ahead and try letters A and B, your practice, on page 157 right now. All right, you should be back now. Letter A is 3/5, and letter B, 5/8. Let me know if you have any questions, if anything about these fractions confuses you. I know it looks like a lot of work, but it's just because there's a lot of numbers. It's really stuff that you are confident on. So I think you'll do fine, but let me know if you have any questions, okay? Have a great day, guys. I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye.